So I guess we'll start with any views expressed, thoughts, opinions are all my own. Anything I talk about potentially on the channel or social media in general are my own personal beliefs and expressed feelings. I think that's a good way of putting it. Figured I would try something a little bit different right now. See if this works at all in some way, shape, or form for me to express myself. I have a hard time selling myself, I guess. That's the issue. It's ego. I don't want to be the center of attention, but I also don't want to be just quiet in the back of the room anymore. Had a lot of things that have happened that I've been exposed to. Parts of my story that my journey is something that I wouldn't wish upon anyone, but the fact that I've survived, the fact I came out the other end of it at all still, up to this point, and at which juncture I don't even know if this is somewhere near the end, if it's still in the beginning, or if it is actually in the middle. Got no clue. All I know is I've been compelled to take videos of the clouds and the sky at night and during the day. Taking photos and paying attention to things for the last few years while I've been out of work. Where probably one of the only people that actually misses being able to bitch about work. Miss being able to have something to focus my negative energy on in that way. Between my fiance and the animals, that's my life. It's been my life for the last few years. This last year in particular, it's been completely isolating. I don't even know where to begin to try to express that. But I stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit this weekend. Called into one of the YouTube channels that I've been watching for a while. The subject that I wanted to talk about, or that I brought up on the spot to talk about in the screening, ended up not being what the host wanted to discuss, which I totally understood. Oh damn, that doesn't look good. Wonder if it was an animal that bust through, or if it's human doing. He's intent on something. That's probably animal. But yeah, called in to YouTube channel or live stream that they're doing on the weekends, where we give people about 10 to 15 minutes to talk about something, and it just so happened that the hostages being released popped up on television as breaking news on my local channel. So, talked about that. Was able to slip in how it's basically a clown world we're living in. And then the host kind of brought up time frame, bringing things back to the earlier parts of the 1900s, around the 1930s, 1940s, and I mentioned how things seem to go back to the 1940s, and yeah, and I don't know what it means, but I've been having dreams since I was a child about certain things. I've known certain things that I shouldn't know. I've talked about things that I had no right talking about, but always in the confines of co-workers and friends. Every once in a while, a passing acquaintance. But for the most part, usually people that would have some sort of conversation. One of my better friends throughout my adult life, our whole entire friendship was based on our arguing, our conflict, our disagreements. Always expected to see videos of us wandering through Walmart with people following us as they're listening to our conversation. Never popped up though. If they'd been around this time, instead of almost 10 years ago now, things would be different. We probably would already be all over the place. Hell, me and him would probably be doing something on here together. That was actually one of the original, before it was popular type things. I used to drive a delivery bus and transportation for a local eatery that a friend of mine was running. It's a restaurant bar. And my buddy would come along on a couple of the delivery runs or to pick up college kids to bring them back out so that they didn't have to drink and drive. We'd have very interesting conversations, and he'd be bouncing around from seat to seat to seat. I always wanted to do an animated thing with him hopping around from one seat to another, climbing on the roof of the bus. It started out as a Astro van, well, not Astro van, but like one of those Econoline type of vehicles. And then we eventually got a short bus. But, alright. We'll see if I could do anything with this. What's this? Alright. Thanks for watching, I guess, or listening. Peace. Be safe.